I am thankful to be in Reading, and I have come back a number of times since that election a year ago. And as Angel said, I came back just this last December, a few weeks ago, to visit the iLead Charter School. I was given a unique opportunity to sit down and talk with the teachers, the administrators, and especially the students, to see how they are trying to address that challenge in our nation of getting the best education for our youth. Angel, thanks for the introduction, but thanks most for what you do for Americans, particularly the youth here in this city. Thank you. I've come back to the city because I'm intrigued by it. As a matter of fact, I was talking so much about it after being to the charter school that my mom, who was a high school math teacher, is here today with me and asked to come up. I've met a lot of great people here, many fine leaders, Donna Reed, Francis Acosta, Tom McMahon, among so many others. But I am also intrigued by all the cities of America, because I was taken by that challenge that John F. Kennedy gave us many decades ago when he said to us that we will neglect our cities to our peril, because to neglect our cities will be to neglect America. Over 80% of all Americans still live in a city today or an urban county. And those people are our true national resource. They are the ones that are the engines of our economy. They are the ones that are the source of our innovation. They are the creators of our art. And they give us the greatest display, a showcase upon the diversity of our population, which is both our attraction and also our richness. But I am particularly touched to have been asked to be here today because it gives me the opportunity to talk about one of the best representatives I have ever met of the cities in America, and that is Vaughn Spencer. I don't say that lightly, and it's why my mom's here today, a fellow teacher. It's because he has been a teacher. He's been an educator. He has been a scholar who grabbed a hold of and came aboard with that other great challenge that John F. Kennedy gave us when he also said many years ago that the progress of America cannot be swifter than its progress in its education. He also said and reminded us that our very first great American leaders in our new nation were also our very first great educators and scholars. They that had the insight in order to launch America on its march for progress, from freedom through suffrage, through civil rights, towards an equal opportunity for every American. Educators. Those early educators were the ones that really set out and established America's exceptionalism. And it was in a city, the city of Philadelphia, in 1698, where they established the very first public school in the colonies in America. And in the charter of that public school, the governor directed that it was to be open not just to the gentry, but also to the servants of the gentry. And it directed that the cost of the education would be a reasonable cost for the rich, but for the poor, there would not be a charge. That began our American exceptionalism. A very unique American concept, born of a very simple idea that everyone should contribute to their fullest, but they should be given the opportunity and the tools to do so. It's why that one single public school in a city then blossomed over the following years to a national public school system. And then we required everyone to go to school, so that at the end of it, they didn't just achieve their dream, but they could contribute to the growth of America. Vaughn Spencer understands that a child missed is a child lost. Not just to that one child's dreams, but to the growth of America. Which brings me to why this city was so wise when it elected Vaughn Spencer as its leader. This is a man who truly understands that by 2030, the majority of Americans will be people of color. They will be our greatest national asset if they are given the opportunity to achieve their individual dreams for Americas. After we established those public schools, we didn't just walk away. We also took our collective resources and built a wonderful network of waterways, railways, highways, airways, and then we built wonderful infrastructures from energy all the way to communications. We built a national environment from our collective resources so that when you achieved your dream in America, you didn't do it by yourself, apart from us. You did it with us. Vaughn Spencer, in the time I have gotten to know him and to read of him, truly understands the foundation of America's character, which is a grand alliance between rugged individualism and the common enterprise, the common good, the common wealth. It really is about each person striving for their own individual achievement, but never measuring that individual achievement apart from the greater effort. I have no doubt that within Vaughn Spencer's administration, there is going to be some person who undoubtedly will understand maybe just a bit more about the puts and the takes of the fiscal discipline, the fiscal achievement under Chapter 47. And I have no doubt that there will be some person somewhere in the administration who may know just a bit more than Vaughn Spencer about the specific details of economic revitalization, and he will listen to his advice. But there is no one in his administration, and I would argue in this city, who will be able to understand its national resource that we have in this city better than he, better than him. And that's its people. Because he understands their character. He understands how to apply that character. Vaughn Spencer understands that America's character is not one that should be bent to the will of the legal tender, but rather it's a character by which we measure its wealth by the number of our poor. We measure its health by the number of our sick. And we measure our justice by the number of our wronged. Vaughn Spencer, in the time I've gotten to know him, I envy. And this city is so wise to have chosen him, because he understands what American exceptionalism is all about. He's lived it. He's achieved it. He will make Reading an exceptional city. And that's why I was touched to be asked to be part of this exceptional day in Reading. Thank you very much.